stage in Uganda. A disappointing exit for the Pharaohs. Well, Egypt know if they're going to have to win tonight, they're going to need something very big from Gendi as well as Amin, the two key backcourt players for this team. But it's going to be a tough job here for the Egyptians because being the hosts of this window, they would have had heavy expectations to, if anything, go undefeated, but that hasn't been the case. A defeat against Mali in their opening game, and in a very tough defeat in which they had to go up against the team, of course, that won the AfroBasket, and that is Angola. The Egyptians did make it to the last World Cup in Manila, Philippines. They failed to get out of the group stage through the crossover, but like I said, this is a team that has a lot of history, a lot of experience playing at the top stage of international basketball. Egypt have competed in 7 FIBA Basketball World Cups, but in the case of Uganda, well, it's a country that right now, it's fair to say that they have a good team. The one thing they just are missing is 2, maybe 3 extra players to really make them be able to compete. They've never gone to a FIBA World Cup. They played in 3 FIBA AfroBaskets. And like I said, for them, they have some good players in this lineup. Because they have their veteran legend, and that being Robinson and Palm, but because this man here, Kaira, Joel Kaira, number 23, he's been quite, something for them. But Nike Sabanda is no doubt going to be the go-to player tonight for the Ugandans, as well as number 9, Dengu. Whatever they can try to get out of players such as Joel Rogete and they see Fubo in the backcourt. Well, there he is. Gendi time indeed. Amir Gendi, regarded as the greatest player in the history of Egyptian basketball. When we look at this team, there's Amin, the man who played in the NCAA at the University of Oregon. He said, we give something for this home crowd, something to cheer about. They don't want to go 0-3. No doubt Uganda's going to give them a test. Well, there's former Louisville player Anas Mahmoud, regarded as probably the greatest power forward in the history of Egyptian basketball. Patrick Gardner, as we already mentioned. What an AfroBasket he had, and what a transition season he's having in the Japanese B-League. Adamdo Gawad, because another key player along with Ahmed Rehan. On the addition of their veteran, Nassim Murray. And there is the big fella, Omar Orabi. The gentle giant off the court, but an absolute beast on the floor. Now that we've introduced the key players of both these two teams, now it's time for us to stand, pay respect and homage to the national anthems of both Egypt and Uganda. We kindly ask if you're able to do so to do the same. It's always a beautiful moment to listen to the national anthems, to embrace the culture, diversity of international hoops. Egypt's national anthem, Biladi, 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 my homeland, my homeland, my homeland. While Uganda's national anthem, oh Uganda, land of beauty. Of course, we're now moments away from tip-off. We are going to introduce the 3 referees along with our 1 commissioner and technical delegate for tonight's game. Well, from Senegal, we have Mbaye. From Cameroon, we have Guy Sani. And from Côte d'Ivoire, we have Kouakou Toussaint Nyamien. Big thank you to all of our officials who've done a magnificent job, and our commissioner and technical delegate is Jose Antonio da Conceição Ferrete. Time now to look at the starting 5s here for the 2 teams. Both Uganda, we will begin with the Egyptians. Well, no doubt we're probably going to see a big lineup, possibly with Anas Mahmoud, and not to mention the big fella, Assem Marai, who most recently was a champion in the Korean Basketball League. They played for the Changwon Seikers last season, leading them to an epic come from behind in the finals against their rivals, SK Seoul. Let's make you wonder, with a team like Egypt, they need something out of Gendy tonight. Well, Amin will be in the starting lineup. Patrick Gardner will also be there with Assem Marai, Ahmad Medwali along with Gendy. So Gendy is going to be the shooting guard tonight. Well, their head coach, naturally coming from Spain, Agustin Gulbe, is also coaching in the Indonesian Basketball League with Dewa United. Now he'll be getting ready for a campaign in the BCL Asia after this window very shortly. There you have it indeed. Joel Regete will make a start tonight with Robinson Apong. Veteran with youth Dengu will play 3. Jonathan Comagam and Nike Sabanda. Well, he is a legend in Ugandan basketball, and all the work you got to see that he did with the City Oilers. Mandy Jiruni, because over a decade, now he was a player for the City Oilers in Uganda, but it was the work he did as a coach of over a decade, leading them to the Basketball Africa League in the Nile Conference when they picked up 1 victory. But, step by step, Ugandan basketball is getting better and better. Well, you gotta love the atmosphere, the support from Egyptian basketball fans. They love basketball here. The 2 biggest teams, of course, being Al Ahly and Zamalek. Well, let's not get into who's #1, but of course, passions do run high with those 2 big sporting franchises, multi-sport clubs, and many of these fans, no doubt, probably split divisions on whether they support either Zamalek or Al Ahly. But tonight it's about Egypt. It's about national team duties. That's the backroom stuff. The Ugandan Federation just watching on. It's going to be a very good game. Tough game for both of them. Like I said, neither have won. Uganda has never, ever defeated Egypt in an international competition. And it actually, in fact, is the first time these 2 teams will meet outside of a FIBA Afrobasket. Well, they did meet at the most recent Afrobasket. Egypt winning 77-64 in the group stage. Convincing win for the Pharaohs that night, led by Ahmed Gendy. Gendy had 17 points, and Patrick Gardner also chipped in 15 with Omar Rabi, the big fella, with 10. Because that night, Dengu chipped in 22, 5 rebounds away from a double-double. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out here this evening. Well, the official sponsor of the Tissot Countdown, the tip-off, is indeed underway, and a big shout-out and thank you to the magnificent collaboration Tissot has done with international basketball for many decades. Well, one thing you can be for sure is Egyptian fans will be singing all night long. Like I say, they have gone indeed to 7 FIBA Basketball World Cups. They've participated in 7 Olympics. They've never medaled at that level. Time champions of the FIBA Afrobasket. This time winning in 1962 and most recently winning in 1983. It's been a long time. And Egypt, for their history, have even participated in the past in FIBA Eurobaskets. There's a lot of history when it comes to Egyptian basketball. And there you're looking at the future. Tijam Regete, still only a youngster. But tonight he starts against the Pharaohs. Welcome everybody. All roads for Group D begin here in Alexandria. They'll end at Doha 2027. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. They're gonna have to redo the jump ball. Connor can jump in this one with Patrick Gardner. Connolly winning the tip is Nike Sabanda coming up with first possession. Sabanda getting a handoff. Look at this ball screen with Jonathan Comagum. Dangu looking to attack the gaps. That's good defense by Patrick Gardner, but it will remain Uganda ball on the baseline. As both players performed exceptionally well at the Afrobasket when these two teams did meet each other. Dangu gets it on the baseline, puts up the three, and getting the first field goal for the Uganda. Well, he's got to play big tonight. Gendy now coming off one screen. Well, finds a Samurai. Beautiful pass. Well, they say Gendy time is when he scores, but that's Gendy dime. Samurai getting the first bucket. Comagum looking for that handoff. We want to get as many good looks for Nike Sabanda. Sabanda had his foot in the line. That's going to be a long two-pointer. And tough play by Nike Sabanda. Well, the initial shot by Dangu is also a two, so no three-pointers yet here for Uganda. Samurai for a post-up, and a foul is being called. That's on Jonathan Comagum. Now remember, he did foul out against Mali. Or is that on Dangu, actually? I think it's on Dangu. The Samurai will go to the free throw line. He's arguably Egypt's most decorated center of all time. I guess I feel like when he first came on the map was back in 2017-18 when he played for Medi Bayreuth in the Basketball Champions League. He's currently playing for Al Ahly. He's originally from Giza. Now he played NCAA basketball at Minnesota State. Well, he's started at Zamalek here in Egypt. Also spent one season with Karşıyaka Broj Bamberg. Also played for the same team that Victor Wembanyama did just before Wembanyama signed for Metropolitans. Unable to hit the second free throw. Gets it, crosses over, goes in for a teardrop, can't get it. Comagum went for the follow-up. And Ahmed Gendy going down low to a Samurai. Looking for a kick out. Just finding Gendy here. There's the Gendy time teardrop, but can't finish. Nike Sabanda comes up with it. But foul is going to be called against Ahmed Gendy. Bit of an anxious moment now for both teams. Like I said, the RO2, the foul is going to be called against Ahmed Metwali. Just kind of not able to get around the screen, losing his balance. Coach Rooney. Well, Gendy tries to save it. Comagum comes up with it. And they avoid the backcourt violation. Sabanda. That's that high screen from Comagum. Dangu. Had a look at the perimeter. Still time on the shot clock here for Uganda. Back to Comagum. Bumps. But again, they turn it over. Good defense by the Egyptians. Regete could have came up with an interception, but Egypt will keep this in their possession. They get an open look with a mean from the perimeter. Three is up and buries this one, getting the home crowd into the game. And he looks up to the Egyptian gods. First 3 points for Amin. Robinson Apart, the legend of Ugandan basketball, hesitates. Well, had a layup. Sabanda penetrates. Nowhere to go. Well, they get a shot off in the end. The three is up. No good. Pulls comfortably into the arms of Nike Sabanda. Egypt couldn't do too much about giving that offensive rebound away. Sabanda finds Rugetse. He'll fire a three. But he's got to have confidence in his perimeter shot. That's what's going to make him an elite player in the future for Uganda. Samurai defended by Dengu. Oh, twisting, turning. Makes the dump down, finding Gardner. What a play by a Samurai. Well, that might have been the best big man dime of the qualifiers. Time winding down here on the shot clock. The Egyptians lead by 4. Sabanda, little teardrop. Back iron, doesn't get it. Gardner comes up with a rebound. And now Egypt want to run. Gendy off one screen. Gendy still has it, and that's Gendy time indeed. Well, when he passes, it's Gendy dime. When he gets a bucket, it's Gendy time. Uganda trying to build something. A Samurai, very aggressive show as Dengu fires a three, and the bank's open. Well, did he call it? I don't think it matters. It counts. Foul is going to be called against Dengu. Well, no, that should be on Nike Sabanda, actually. Oh, good anticipation by Amin. Well, look at that. Interesting set shot Amin has. Look at this. He did this a few times when he won a championship in the KBL. What a dime! Almost 5 minutes played here in the first quarter. The Pharaohs lead by 3. Penetration made by Medwale. Medwale goes in, he'll finish. And extend it to a 5-point lead. Dula. Robinson upon defended by Amir Gendy. Pump fakes. No foul given. Keeps this one alive. Step through. Well, that's a veteran's play by Robinson Apong. Didn't give up on it. Now Gendy trying to go back to his left. Well, that is a deep one. Well, you can see the Egyptian coaching staff demanding the players get back on defense. Sabanda finds Rugetse. Dengu tries to attack the gaps, and that's another Ugandan turnover. Well, Egypt have numbers. He'll go for another three. And Wally has no problem this time. Odula. Oh, great take by Nike Sabanda. But he's got to keep attacking the paints. That's what's going to create a lot of openness here for Uganda's offense. Amir Gendy, that time finds the Gendy dime. Marai kicks out, but could it be Gendy time? Well, the Gendy dime turned into Gendy time. Uganda cannot afford to turn it over. That's a good look there for Jonathan Comagum, because that was a part of his game he developed when playing for the London Lions back in 2023. Marai turns it over. Uganda comes up with it. Down by 6. Savannah picking up his dribble as Dengu. Made 1 3. Just hits the front iron that time. Not going to get it. Well, Egypt looking to extend their lead with under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Killing off one screen, finds Gardner. Time, space, 3. Front iron can't get it. Sabanda now wants to run. Doesn't have any options with him. Robinson Apong goes for a quick 3, and that cuts it down to a 3-point deficit. Well, he doesn't lack confidence. And you've got to love it from Robinson Apong. He'll take any shot he likes. defended by Apong. That's going to be another foul against Dangu. And that's a problem here for this lineup because they don't have a natural power forward who can match up with both Patrick Gardner and Assem Morai. And I think Uganda probably will benefit doing what they did against Mali and maybe think about going into his own defense. Well, timeout is going to be called. These two teams will talk it over. Joel Kaida is going to sub in for Uganda. So we're going to head down to Uganda's bench to find out what Coach Jiruni is going to say to his players. Well, there was a three-pointer by Robinson Apong in transition. They've got to have him get more good looks on the three-point line this evening.
Get back, okay? This guy has to get back, right? We're taking too long to get back, right? Come on.
Well, the home crowd definitely loving the occasion tonight here in Alexandria. Well, the question is, can Egypt give these fans really something to celebrate tonight with a big victory? Gendy goes in, and Gendy time on the lob. Well, he struggled in his first two games. Coming out with more confidence here tonight. So possession lead still here to the Egyptians. Luboa's coming to the game here for Uganda. Kair in the paint, defended by Arabi. Twists, turns. That's a good move. Luboa trying to go in for the follow-up. And here come the Egyptians. Well, finds Assem Morai, unable to get the and one. That's Patrick Gardner, excuse me. And that foul's going to be against Fayed Bale. So PG going to the free throw line. Well, Patrick Gardner, originally born and raised in New York City, is now currently playing in Japan for the Fukushima Fireborns. Was born to an American father and an Egyptian mother. Spent his summers growing up in Egypt. Actually played for Egypt at the 2023 Basketball World Cup in the Manila, Philippines. 6-point Egyptian lead here in the moment. 95 seconds left. Luboa getting his pocket paper, keeps this one alive. Bale's made a few threes so far. And now here come the Egyptians. Nice dive ahead, and here we go. And now quickly convert the missed three-pointer into a fast break bucket. Well, Musa coming off the bench. Luboa denies the screen. Penetrates and gets rejected. Oh, what a block by Ibrahim Zahran. Oh, just got old ball. Bibo with his hand in the cookie jar. Egyptians looking to extend the lead now with Adam Musa. People thought about going for the three. Finds Gendy on the lob, and Gendy goes in for Gendy time one more time. Well, Gendy's left is unguardable. 8 points already for Ahmed Gendy. Go for a quick three from Odeki, and that's not going to go. Here comes Musa. Finds Gendy. Pulls up. Gendy time, ladies and gentlemen. 11 points for Mami Agendi. Well, he's cooking. He is cooking. Lubowa kicks out. Finds Joel Kaida. Uganda trying to find buckets anywhere they can at the moment. Kaida had a good look. Good offensive rebound by Lubowa. Too strong off the bank. Follow-up no good. Peter Obleng's also in the game and almost got it. Well, that would have been something from PG Patrick Gardner, but that is the end of the first quarter, where Egypt have built a 13-point lead against Uganda. Both teams looking for their first win in Group D of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, there are your stats. Egypt currently 3 out of 6 from the perimeter, 8 out of 10 from inside the rainbow. Uganda yet to get to the free throw line. Let's take a look at the highlights here from the first quarter. Well, that was the opening 2-pointer. That was made by Dengu. I initially thought it was a 3, but Asem Marai, because who didn't play for this team at the Afro Basket, just showing the versatility inside the paints. That was the opening 3-pointer by El Amin. Or Hab Amin, excuse me. And look at this twist, turn, and what a dime by Asem Marai, finding Patrick Gardner. Simple basketball from Egyptians bigs. And there was Dengu off the bank. And Uganda's gonna need a lot of that this evening. But look at the transition by the Egyptians. And here, Ahmed Medwali for 3. Well, Agendi time indeed here this evening. Here was a 3 in transition. Many Egyptian fans refer to him as the greatest in the history, the GOAT, if you like. And that's not coming from me. I know he's a great player, but use that QR code and download Courtside 1891, where you can watch all the best live streams, schedules, and scores of international hoops. Courtside 1891. Download it today. A 13-point lead currently here to the Egyptians. They'll have first possession. Welcome back, live here in Alexandria, Egypt. As Adam Musa just tries to attack the gaps, goes to the mid-range. Anas Mahmoud coming in the lineup, former Louisville player. Draws another foul against Dengu. Well, Anas Mahmoud, she did feature for Zamalek in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup back in 2022. Time he was coached by former Angola and Nigeria national team coach Will Voigt. Arabi goes in, big man. Lob keeps it high, and he just goes up and finishes. A 15-point lead currently to the Egyptians. Comigan goes from 15. Good look for him, but unable to finish. Amin comes up with a rebound. Orabi wants to go at Comigan. Tries the physical back down. Well, good interception from behind by Tijan Rugete. Now the numbers, Dengu. A lot of contact. Oh, he missed it. And that's unfortunate, because that was well between the legs by Amin. Pulls up, nutmeg. Oh, baby! Yalla Amin. A nutmeg, then a triple. End-to-end stuff here from the Egyptians. Comigan tries to keep this alive. Goes baseline, looking for a kick out. That's gonna be a 3 here, but Dengu gotta make it, but it won't go. And here comes Amin again, working the magic. Has to do a 360 on a kick out. Musa goes to his right, a lot of contact. Oh, another 3 in the corner by Bibo. Not gonna go, but the Egyptians, relentless, just come up with another offensive board. Means made one, or two, excuse me. Now make it three. He's unconscious. He's feeling it. He's got confidence. Hasn't missed a three-pointer tonight, I mean. Oh, great take by Commigan. That's much better because he's drawn the foul. Oh, Bebo wanted the charge call, but that's not going to be given. Well, there was the three after committing a nutmeg. Well, we got to see the nutmeg as well, surely. And here was the third one. A meat. Count it. On fire. It's 21-point lead currently here to the Egyptians. Jonathan Commigan currently at the charity stripe here for Uganda. He's currently playing in North Macedonia for Goshdevad. Did play in the Indonesian Basketball League for Bima Perkasa Jogja. Cutting it down to a 20-point deficit. Amin's been on fire so far. Bumps, takes the pass, finds Arabi. And Egypt just getting everything and anything they want at the moment. It's a field day at the moment. Arabi with his second field goal this evening. Dangu looks to attack the gaps. Goes into the left. It's a good move, but he's got to finish it. And here comes Anas Mahmoud. Finds Amit. He's made three threes. Can he get a fourth one? It just won't go, but now Uganda with numbers. Oh, it's an unnecessary turnover. Adam Musa finds Omar Rabi, but what a block by Commigan. Wow. Jonathan Commigan just said, not in my house. Get out of here. Great defensive effort by the former London Lion. But a lot of inspiration coming from Egypt's transition. Gets being heavily defended by Adam Musa. Nowhere to goes now. He finds Robinson Apong. Time is winding down. Nike Sabanda has to make a choice. He's going to have to take it. He gets a 24-second violation. Wow, you can see Nike Sabanda yelling at the youngster, but, you know, Nike Sabanda, you're the go-to player. That's got to be you taking the responsibility. I mean that respectfully. There's the penetration again, and Egypt just getting inside the paint, but Commigan being that paint protector here for Uganda. Savannah now coming off one screen. Commigan's inside the paint. Dangu will go for another three. Just not dropping here for Uganda. Under 6 minutes. People going down low here to Anas Mahmoud. Anas goes in, left hand. Comes up with his own rebound. Still can't finish. Dangu with the rebound. Uganda just don't have the same depth as Egypt. Well, Savannah could have passed it. Dangu is wide open. Still can't finish. Arabi comes up with it. It's now a Habamid just trying to get into some half-court set. Mahmoud coming up for the screen. Means made 3 threes. Almost got a fourth one. Uganda's got to just kind of settle into this one. Try to find some rhythm offensively. They'll go for another three, but it's just not dropping. Rugete. But you got to give the young fella credit. At least he's going in for an offensive board. It's a tough battle here for Uganda. And it's a tough group. Mali, Angola, Egypt. They came very close. They built a 10-point lead against Mali in the third quarter. can just see the fatigue factor settling in as Omar Rabi is going to go to the bench. Which probably means now Anas Mahmoud will play the natural center here for the Egyptians. Dangu's going to go to the bench for Uganda. Mahmoud throwing it down low. People just coming up with it. Trying to battle, but no offensive rebound here for the Egyptians. Khalid Abdelgawad is also subbed into the game for Egypt. Well, that is a deep triple from no man's land. It just isn't going. Zada Musa tries to turn up the gears here for Egypt's transition. Well, Amin went for the floater pass. Egypt struggling here offensively in the last few possessions. Because Egyptians currently 5 out of 11 from downtown. 3 of those have come from Mahab Amin. Just trying to find Anas Mahmoud. Well, Uganda only 2 out of 13, so Mahab Amin with 9 points. Their second leading scorer goes to the bench. Indeed, Egypt said it's Gandhi time with 4:13. Abdelgawad, Butterfingers. But now going back to Abdelgawad, a lot of contact, gets it to go. Now makes it a 24-point lead to Egypt. Mikey Sabanda just being heavily defended by Bibo. May have had his foot in the line. It's a long one. Gandhi coming up with a rebound, loses it. And again, Tijam Ruket. Give this young man some credit. I mean, he's been going in for offensive boards, and he's the youngest player in this window. Metwali trying to find Mahmoud. Heavily defended. Oh, nice post work, but just cannot finish. Uganda don't have an outlet. They're trying to get to Titus Odeke mid-court, but Rugete tries to try and experiment a few things on his offense here. Opposite upon clearly, it's, yeah, traveling violation. Well, I mean, that's a clear as daylight there. Well, it's a tough one for him. Like I said, he does have some good players. He just probably needs 2 or 3 more. Because it's a tough group they're in indeed. Gandhi now looking to kick out. Abdelgawad doesn't take many threes. It's a little short as now Uganda wants to run. Well, a bit of time, Kaira will go in and throw it down. And that's positive for Uganda, getting a rebound and quickly pushing down the other end. First field goal for him. Nearly forcing a turnover, but Egypt will get it back on the sideline. Good defense by Tijam Rugete. Gandhi coming off one screen. Now using another one from Mahmoud. Gandhi off balance, can't get it. Abdelgawad getting the offensive board. Foul is on Joel Kaida. Pump fake here. Medwali will go for another one. He's made one tonight. In and out. Anas Mahmoud with the offensive board. Nice dub down. Finds Abdelgawad. No foul given. Another offensive rebound. This time the foul is indeed called. And it's on Titus Odeke. So 2 free throws coming up here for Khalid Abdelgawad. He stands at 204 centimeters. Khalid Abdelgawad Guess he's one of the more experienced players in this team. Actually, a 4-stretch 5. 21-point lead to the Egyptians. Because Uganda just trying to find ways to keep in this one. Nice pull-up hit by Rugete. And he's got to keep taking more of those. He's got to build his confidence. Kaira kicks out, finds Fayed Bale. Bale keeps under control. Another offensive rebound here. Rugete, time, space, wide open. It was on target. Young Vela has to believe. .95 seconds. Gendi almost getting, gets his pocket pick. Good defense by Rugete. Uganda have numbers. Rugete hangs. Draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line. That's exactly what they need here from the youngster. Because if I told you that Tijan Rugete is only 19 years old, would you believe me? Because he's been playing men's basketball growing up in the United Kingdom since he was 13. Well, he's been a part of Uganda's program. Did feature for them at the FIBA Basketball, where he did average 5 points per game. A very intelligent, bright young man. Anybody who coaches him knows that he's always aiming to get better. He's got the best attitude of any young player. Second free throw good for Rugete. .19-point deficit, Egypt. 80 seconds left here in the first half. Mahmoud goes in, misses, but a foul has been given. So Anas Mahmoud now heading to the charity stripe here for Egypt. Well, Anas Mahmoud, born and raised in Giza, Egypt, stands at 213 centimeters. Just misses the first free throw. Of course, went to West Oaks Academy in Florida and played 4 seasons at Louisville. Started his pro career at Zamalek. Of course, was a Basketball Africa League champion in 2021, which in the end helped them go to play at the 2022 FIBA Intercontinental Cup. At the time, he was coached by Will Voigt. 20-point lead here to Egypt. Jonathan Colligan just being a pressure reliever here for Tijan Rugete. Savannah getting a handoff. Because Uganda only 8 points in the paint so far as opposed to Egypt's 22. Gets it, penetrates. Goes in for a floater, can't finish. Comes up with it, still can't get it. Oh, gotta keep on playing, gotta keep going. Everything's a learning curve at the moment here. Medwali trying to find some space, penetrates. Goes out of bounds. Uganda will get it back with 29.6 seconds left here in the game. So 5.6 difference between game and shot clock here. Rugete bumps. Kicks out to Fayed Bale. Well, Bale wide open, and he's able to make the layup, cutting it down to 18. And now Egypt can have the final play with Medwale. Is it Gendi time indeed? Hassan Marai fakes, goes up, and he'll finish as he gets the final bucket for the Pharaohs. Egypt go into the halftime break with a 20-point lead against Uganda. Both teams looking for their first win of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. We'll take a look and reflect on some of the stats, and then we'll go back and watch some of the best highlights for the Egyptians. They're looking very good so far here in front of their home crowd in Alexandria, Egypt. Well, it's been Ahmed Gendi leading them with 11 points. Ahab Amin, second leading scorer of 9 so far. The Egyptians didn't hit a three-pointer in that second quarter. They're 5 out of 13. But they are out-rebounding Uganda 30-21 and have 11 more assists. Both teams with 5 turnovers. Well, there you lead scorers. Uganda, no player in double figures at the moment. Dangu and Robinson Apong leading. Let's take a look at the highlights here from the first half. Well, Omar Rabi, the veteran of this team with 2 field goals so far. Look at the nutmeg action coming from Ehab Amin, and buries a 3 in transition. Well, he's 3 out of 5 from downtown, Ehab Amin. I mean, too much time and respect paid by Robinson Apong. Amin makes them pay. Here was Abdel Gawid. Across the 205-centimeter power forward. Time kicking out the Bebo. Getting it right back and finishing. Well, that was the give-and-go action. That time right there. Abdel Gawid getting some good looks. That was a 3 by Abdel Gawid. It was the transition play in the end by Caído with a 2-handed rim rocker. Well, end of the first half indeed. Egypt lead by 20. We'll be back for the second half soon.
We are in for a showdown here tonight. Let's get this body started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah! This is what it's all about. It's all one big basketball family, folks. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me!
Now Robinson Apong finds Sabanda, bit of contact, counted, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Zuzwan knocking down the 3.
He did that time and space up. Sabanda goes in and gets rejected. With Ibrahima Haidara's big time block.
Oh, nice action. Perfect offense. Great job cutting to the basket.
Gordon is swatted out of bounds. Oh no, not in this house. Radio, moving and scooping, driving in, laying it up. Crowd are loving it. There they go again. Pass stolen by Yabo leads to another break, and Molare goes up for the dunk. Look at this. Molare says, I want to be on the highlight reel. Here's his blocker. Oh, he goes for the block and dunk, and he gets swatted. And now the lob and the dunk. Look at this block. Great block by Faye.
And wow! Dundao with a big time shot.
Video shows the handles. Oh, not sure about that finish. Oh my goodness! It's back to the basket. And Candy just flushes it. Extraordinary dunk.
Well, welcome back, basketball fans. We're live here in Alexandria, Egypt for this game in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers between Egypt and Uganda, where Egypt currently lead by 20, led by Amir Gandhi. Well, Amir Gandhi currently has 11 points. He also has 3 rebounds and 2 assists to his name at the moment, but it's Ahab Amin who has 6 rebounds and 9 points. But it has been Gandhi time on the offense. Well, Gandhi has had his struggles so far here in the first window, but right now looking as dominant as ever. Forcing the 2 defeats against both Mali. Well, he did have 22 points against Mali in 18, but it was a 3-point attempt against Angola. He was 1 out of 9 from downtown. He was finished with 7 boards, but looking more confident this evening. Uganda currently been led by Dangu. He has 5 points. He's only 2 for 9 from the field, but both him and Robinson Apong each have 5. Dangu also has 3 rebounds, but it's been a very tough night for Uganda. Only 2 out of 15 from the perimeter. Uganda's going to have to dig deep. Of course, with a smaller bench and all the other teams in this group, it's a tough group indeed, as Group D has Mali, Angola, Egypt, and Uganda. Of course, Mali made history earlier this evening when they defeated Angola for the first time in their history. And they won by 1 thanks to a final bucket from Siriman Kanute. Well, the Egyptians know full well that it's going to be a tough road for them to try and qualify. They made it back to the last FIBA World Cup in Manila, Philippines. If they're able to hang on to this would actually be their first victory, unless Uganda can find a way to rally back in this one. Well, so far indeed, I think the Ugandans know that one thing they've got to minimize has got to be the turnovers. They've committed 1 too many that's led them down here this evening. Because it's not just the amount of turnovers, it's just the clinical way they've done it so far. And, you know, I think one thing for the Egyptians, they like to run. They have 24 points in the paint as opposed to 10 so far from Uganda. They've converted 6 points from the turnovers. They do have 11 fast break points. Now, granted, Uganda, has 9. Egypt also has 8 second chance points. Uganda only 2 so far this evening. Well, 3 of those 5 3-pointers have been knocked down by Ahab Amin. He's 3 out of 5 so far from the perimeter. 1's come from Amir Gandhi. There he is, Gandhi time. Because nearly had a double-double against Angola. It was that 1 for 9 from the 3-point line that really let the Egyptians down. That's what they're going to be expecting tonight. Better 3-point shooting. He has 1 so far. Well, it's been an exciting opener to Group D here in this window of Alexandria, Egypt. Remember, none of these teams met in November when the World Cup qualifiers commenced. The final window will be at the end of June. Those whole teams will be in action to find out who makes it to round 2. Now in every single group from the FIBA World Cup, African, European, American, and Asian qualifiers, top 3 teams in each group will go on to round 2, and the results that they get in round 1 will then go on to play a factor to find out if any team gets qualified to Doha 2027 for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, it's the 3rd time we've gone through these window cycles. They began back in 2017. Because the benefit that they have brought to national team basketball has been instrumental. Federations allow the national teams to come together more often. Coaches get to work with their teams and expand the depth in their squads. And well, he has had a magnificent career, that man, as a coach. He's currently actually coaching in the Indonesian Basketball League. Agustin Yulbe, the Spanish national, has done magnificent work. He's worked with Juventud Badalona as an assistant, also worked with some of the bigger teams in Spain. His breakthrough came in 2018 when he coached Fuenlabrada in the Basketball Champions League. So, like I said, he's the right man to bring in for this national team. He also worked with Zamalek and Al Ahly for 4 seasons. Well, use that QR code to download the official World Cup qualifying app. Download it on your smartphone, tablet, or Android. Customize your experience following your favorite players and teams right from the qualifiers up until Doha 2027. And get all the best news, highlights, and content that matter to you most. The World Cup qualifying app, download it today on your smartphone, tablet, or Android. Because Mandy Jiruni, arguably one of the greatest coaches in the history of Ugandan basketball, working with the City Oilers, was a player for them back in the day, but it's a tough task for his players. They've just got to keep on battling. That's all they can do at the moment. Well, welcome back, everybody. Live here in Alexandria, Egypt. Second half of the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Egypt lead by 20 against Uganda. Uganda with the first possession. Robinson upon joint score along with Dangu with 5 points. Nike Sabanda now penetrates down the middle, holds it, and in the end finishes. Now he becomes the leading scorer with 6. That's the kind of play they need from Nike Sabanda, just to keep attacking the basket, even if they need to run a bull screen with him. Gardner goes for a quick 3. Not going to go. Comagim comes up with a rebound. Sabanda now wants to push. And Uganda builds some momentum early here in the 3rd. Well, Medwali gets called for the foul. Maybe, yeah, it's a foul, yep. That's a lot of body contact. It was not intentional, but made contact with the head of Nike Sabanda, so hopefully Sabanda is okay. Sabanda pulls up, 6 points, now make it 8. 4-0 start here for Uganda. This is promising. Cutting it down to a 16-point deficit. People now finding a Sam Murray. Vani's made 1 3, makes another one wide open. 6-3 in the game for Egypt. Bring it back to 19 points. Now Sabanda working around the screen with Comagim. Kicks this one out to Tijan Rugete. Rugete felt a lot of contact was given, but no foul called. Now Wally penetrates, puts up a prayer. Gardner goes in, but misses the follow-up. Can Uganda get some players ahead here with Nike Sabanda? He'll pull up for a quick 3. That's way too short. Morai comes up with possession. Well, Matt Wally had a look at the 3-pointer. Gardner goes around, little scoop hook, but a foul's been given. That's on Jonathan Comagim. So 2 free throws coming up for Patrick Gardner. Well, one stride of Patrick Gardner is like 3 for the ordinary human being. What I mean by ordinary, I mean he's so tall. Well, he's another bright young fella, of course, playing for the Fukushima Firebonds in the 2nd division of Japan's B-League. He's also spent some time in the NBA G League with the Lakeland Magic. Second free throw good. Gets a crossing over. Finding Robinson upon, got it by a Habamid. Upon gets to the bucket, finds Comaghan. The foul is going to be given, and that's on Asem Marai. Comaghan now at the free throw line, trying to cut it down to a 19-point deficit, but he missed the first free throw. Well, he was one of the best rebounders at the AfroBasket this past summer. He's got 5 so far this evening. He's 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. 1 out of 3, excuse me. That's going to be a lane violation against Patrick Gardner, I believe, or Asem Marai. So another free throw coming up for Jonathan Comaghan. Second one good. Uganda's got to keep on competing. Try to minimize the deficit. Try to get back on defense as Hamid goes in. Now becoming the second player in double figures for Egypt. Joint leading scorer this evening with Ahmed Kendi. Sabanda to find Comaghan. Comaghan under pressure here from Marai. Seconds dwindling down here for Uganda. Ruket, nice dive, finds Comaghan, but unable to finish. Pass coming, but the right idea from those two. He loses balance, goes out of bounds, and Uganda will get it back. Just slipping, losing his balance. Just over 3 minutes played here in the third quarter. 22-point lead currently to the Pharaohs. Savannah trying to put some work on here against Bibo. It's not pass, finding Fayed Bale. Opito Blank, excuse me. He gets it. Nice dive, finds Danku, a lot of contact, and it doesn't go in. But that's a great play from Uganda. And it's another foul against Asem Marai. That's perfect. Great execution. And it's just unlucky there for Dangu. He's got 5 points. Can try to become Uganda's official second leading scorer behind Nike Sabanda. And he was great for them at the AfroBasket. He's unable to make it now. That's a lot. Yeah, lane violation again on Asem Marai. So 2 more free throws coming up here for Dangu. Asem Marai can argue. I mean, I heard it. Referee signaled it. You can't blame the ref. I mean, look, he's a great player. But he knows he committed it. Dangu now for another one. This time gets it. Cuts it down to 21. Under 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. The Egyptians trying to hang on to a big lead. Amin giving this up. Now they go to Asem Marai. Spins baseline. Well, gets called for a traveling violation. And now he's been teed up, I think. And I think the officials have just had enough. Marai's got to calm down. And it all started down at the free throws, but that's a tough one there for travel because you see them cold, you see them do it. It's because he changes his pivot foot. That's why. That's why the traveling violation was called. The Marai's just got to walk away now. He's too good a player to get frustrated like this. So Dangoon now on the charity stripe here for Uganda. Converts the free throw, cutting it down to 20. Now moving up to 7 points. Gets it. Savannah looking to attack. People trying to keep him in front. Dangoon. Final seconds. Good penetration. What a move by Dangoon. And now he becomes Uganda's leading scorer. And that's what Uganda needs. Down to that 18-point deficit. They've got to keep chipping in. Marai. He's got to play through the adversity himself. Let's call it a double team. All right idea, but again, just takes a deflection, goes out of bounds. Good defense from Uganda. It's going to go out of bounds. They try to go for a post-up with Peter Bleng. As Gendi and Orabi just watching from the bench. Almost halfway to go here in the third. Egypt just trying to restore that momentum they had in the first half. Marai, high post. Gets caught a triple team. Finds Gardner. Gardner, quick turnaround jump hook, doesn't go. And that's going to be a foul against Assem Marai. Marai trying to contest the offensive board, and unfortunately that just happens. Marai's going to go to the bench. So Egypt have put Uganda into the penalty here with 4:59. So Uganda's got to try to take advantage of this. Uganda's got to make the free throws. So far they've missed a total of 4. They're 60% this evening from the charity stripe. Savannah makes this. He'll begin again, become a joint leading scorer with Dangoon. Second one good. Under halfway to go here in the third. Abamine. He's made 3 threes. Finds Metwali, made his last one. Makes this one. And restores it to a 20-point cushion for the Pharaohs. Savannah penetrates and kicks this one out. Finds Dangoon. We're getting out. He'll go to the bucket. Little teardrop, and it falls out. And I think the foul is going to be called. So free throws coming up for T-Jam Ruget. He's good at is attacking the rack, finding the spaces. And although he's left-handed, he does go both ways. So he makes the first one. 5 points of seasoning for T-Jam Ruget. He hasn't missed a free throw yet, but he's 1 for 7 from the field. first missed free throw. Trying to put some pressure against Medwale. Ravi caught a double team. Medwale pump fakes. He's made his last two. Not going to get this one. Uganda chip into deficit. They're going to turn it over. Amin comes up with it. Amin goes in, switches hands. What a move by Amin. And now he becomes Egypt's leading scorer. Well, Medwale with 11, Gendi with 11, and now Amin with 13. Dengu attacks. This was right on, can't finish. Amin coming up with a rebound. Well, Robbie should have kept playing. Got to look at the perimeter. Dengu will go for another one. Knocks it down. Back to an 18-point deficit. Well, that's a good save by Medwale, and a foul is going to be called against Rugeta. So free throws coming up for Medwale. Well, look at this. Witnessing poetry in motion by Ahab Amin. What a finish with the left arm. Well, if Medwale makes the second free throw, he will also become joint leading scorer with Ahab Amin. Them both down. More optimism and hope for the Egyptian fans who had to witness the two defeats against both Mali and Angola, as did Uganda. Patrick Gardner and Medwale going to the bench for the Egyptians. Anas Mahmoud back in the lineup. Uganda Musa Bibo. Dengu goes for another three. 8th rebound for Ahab Amin. 2 away from a double-double. Ahab Amin takes on the entire defense, but he can't finish. Rabi gets clotheslined. And now he'll go to the free throw line. Robbie now at the charity stripe. 4 points this evening for the big fella as he makes the first one. He's currently playing for Al Ahly. Because he went to Rice College and then he went to the University of Southern California. He's played 6 seasons for Gazeta until transferring to Al Ahly, where he won the BAL championship in 2023. 22-point lead to the Egyptians. Well, there's the bump, goes in, can't finish. Now Rugget pulls up from 15, a lot of contact, no foul given. Rebound by Musa, now Amin wants to run. Amin penetrates, gets to the bucket, now he becomes their leading scorer again with 15. Well, that was too comfortable, too easy. Nice take by Rugget, but unable to finish. Arabi gets the board. It's Egypt now. Phil, they've regained control of this one. Mahmoud finds Amin. He's made 3 threes. Not going to get this one. Uganda unable to get the numbers ahead. Just avoiding the backcourt violation from Dengu. But they've got to keep playing. It's as simple as that. Well, Bali isn't impeded on taking the three-pointer. Robbie again comes up with the board. Only 9 offensive rebounds in this game so far for Uganda. Adam Musa finds finds Anas Mahmoud. Teardrop. And finally, Anas Mahmoud able to get that one to go. First field goal for him tonight as Ruket goes quickly, and he gets denied by Arabi. So baseline possession coming up with 57.3 seconds left here in the third. Savannah pulls up. Quick three, that's way off the mark. Bali saves it. Didn't hit the rim, so time winding down. Takes the handoff, got to pull up inside the key. A nice take by Joel Kaida. Cuts it down to 24. That could be a 2-for-1 for Uganda. Gendy back in the lineup, kicks out. Egypt go for another three. Rebound falls in the hands of Mahmoud. It's Bebo. Final seconds here for the Egyptians. Mid-range up, Arabi, offensive rebound. And the finish is good by the big fella. That will do the end of the third quarter. Egypt currently ahead big here against Uganda. Uganda made a very good start to the third, but the Pharaohs right now looking very good indeed. Well, 26-point lead currently to Egypt, led by Ahab Amin, but Omar Arabi playing some very big moments here for the Egyptians. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats. Egypt currently 7 out of 19 from the three-point line. Uganda only 3 out of 19. 19 field goals from inside the rainbow, and 10 out of 14 from the free throw line here for the Egyptians. While Uganda have missed 5 free throws, we'll take a look at the highlights here from the third. There was a little teardrop at the beginning, but Matt Wale hitting 2 crucial triples here in the third for the Pharaohs. Here was Ahab Amin in transition, leading Egypt with 15 tonight. 2 rebounds away from a double-double. And Dangu much better here in the second half for Uganda. He's the only player in double figures for them with 12. And there was another 3 by Medwale. Well, here was a good steal by Amin, and look at the sublime finish. The little lob, the little teardrop. And here was Amin again. Nobody in help side to come and rotate. Well, final 10 coming up here in Alexandria, Egypt. The Egyptians lead by 26 against Uganda. Well, use that QR code and download Fantasy League. Use it, download it, register, and play Fantasy League using that QR code. Well, it's a Group D fixture, the final one of the evening. Mandy Jiruni has seen some good spells from his teams in the first 3 games, specifically in the third quarter against Mali. But welcome back, 4th and final quarter. Egypt getting first possession. Because now Uganda going into 2-3 zone. Egypt still coming up with offensive boards. Musa just throwing it down low, finding Anas Mahmoud. Now he moves up to 5 with the second field goal. 28-point lead currently to the Pharaohs. Dangu looks to attack. Teardrop. That touches nothing. Arabi another another rebound. Well, Gendy 3 in transition. Because hasn't had as many points he did against both Mali and Uganda. Bali penetrates, avoids the block, but missed the bucket. Savannah comes up with a loose ball. And there's another penetration by Bali. Nice behind the back time. Hesitation in the end, but nothing coming of it. Well, Gendy misses last three. Penetrates. Doesn't get the right angle. Big offensive board by Anas Mahmoud. Well, a 3-second violation is going to be called, I think. Or is it a foul? Not sure what's been called. That's a foul, actually. Well, Dangu will go to the bench here for Uganda. Much better performance from him in the second half, but it just hasn't been enough so far. And Mahmoud gets fouled here, so he'll go to the free throw line. So some moments of frustration here for Uganda's defense. Anas Mahmoud again missing another free throw. He's one of the biggest prospects to come out of Egyptian basketball. Well, he's been a magnificent ambassador for this national team. Just unable to hit the second one. 50-50 rebound collected by Jonathan Covington. It's now Luboa. Wants to play quick and gets rejected. Well, here come the Egyptians looking to run. Musa's got options. Finds Anas Mahmoud. Wow, Anas Mahmoud took a few steps, but in the end finishes. You look at the points scored by Egypt, 27 in that first quarter. Most they've scored in any quarter so far is Nike Sabanda. Finds Kaida. Kira tries to go up with it, but unable to get it. Mahmoud with a rebound. Well, Anas doesn't take many threes. Finds Arabi, nice pass in the corner. Gendy, pump fakes. Goes in, can't finish. But a foul has been called, so free throws coming up, I believe, here for Ahmed Gendy. Egypt have a situation where three players could end up with double-doubles tonight. Anas Mahmoud is one rebound and 3 points away from a double-double. That man there, Omar Arabi, 2 rebounds and 2 points away from a double-double. While Haba Amin, who's their leading scorer, just needs 2 boards to get to his double-double. Gendy, well, he's 5 rebounds away from a double-double. Gendy time indeed, baby. That's the absolute disappointment from this Egyptian national team. Well, there's the 9th rebound for Arabi. So now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, Nassif Luboa will go to the bench. Robinson Apong back in the lineup here for Uganda. Gendy. Now goes to his left. Still has it. Tough teardrop. Can't finish. Oh, getting stripped. No, a foul is going to be called. Foul is on Ahmed Gendy. 7:14 to go here in the 4th quarter. Nike Sabanda has had some frustrating moments tonight, but that's a tough thing when you are the go-to player on this team. Everybody's going to have their eyes on you. Every moment, every possession. Sabanda pulls up for 3. Takes it. Well, there's the 10th rebound for Anas Mahmoud. 3 points away from his double-double. Well, good take, good denial, but a foul is going to be called. Strong penetration by Adam Musa. Well, that's only Musa's third point of the evening, but he is primarily a pass-first point guard, as we saw at the AfroBasket this past summer. Makes them both. Now it is a 33-point lead here to the Egyptians. 6:54 to go. .38 points in the paint this evening for the Egyptians. Given the size that they have with this team, you'd kind of would expect that in any game or any opponent here in the World Cup qualifiers. Great work by Rugete. And again, what a block by Anas Mahmoud. Jenny finds that of Musa. Musa goes behind the back. Shot is up, buries this one. And now he moves up to 6. Pass first, maybe bucket in that time. Brigettes. Finds Robinson Apong. Time winding down here for Uganda. Apong goes for a quick 3, and that's his first bucket indeed since the first quarter. The last one he scored was a 3-pointer. Gendy off one screen. Finds Anas Mahmoud. There's a teardrop. Almost came up with his own rebound. It looks like Egypt going to make some changes, so Robbie probably won't get that double-double tonight. Adam Musa also going to the bench. And Gendy's night may be done as well. He finishes with 5 boards, 13 points. .23 fast break points this evening for the Pharaohs. The 5-time champions of the AfroBasket looking to get to an 8th FIBA World Cup. Abdelgawad comes up with it. Now Egypt refusing to take their foot off the gas. Well, they'll go for another 3. That's not going to go. Almost getting an offensive board. Nearly halfway to go here in the fourth quarter. 32-point advantage to the Egyptians. Again, well, he went for the lob. The foul is going to be called on Khalid Abdelgawad. Well, Dangu at the free throw line now is 13. Still the leading scorer and only play in double figures for Uganda tonight. Makes them both. This is 1 rebound to go to stats so far this evening. Joel Kaira will head to the bench. 2 for 7 from the field this evening, along with 6 boards. .30-point lead so far to the Egyptians. Well, nice taking. In the end, able to finish under pressure. Well, Mohab goes in. What a take by Mohab Abdelatif. That's his first field goal. Nice penetration by Tijan Ruget, but he's unable to go for that one. Another penetration. Abdelgawad just out of control, but an offensive board here for the Egyptians. Abdelgawad. That's going to be a traveling violation. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Dangu at 14. Robinson Apong now. Goes for another 3 with 8 points and knocks it down. Well, they've just needed that all game long. Because if they had a bit more of that in the second and third quarter, this could have been a much closer contest. 5th three-pointer tonight for Uganda. Anas Mahmoud down the middle, little teardrop, and he's 1 point away from that double-double. Well, Abdelgawad, excuse me. Well, good defense by the Egyptians. What a dime ahead, goes in, little floater, and that is showtime Egyptian basketball. You gotta love it. You've gotta love every moment of it. This team has been spectacular after 2 disappointing, heartbreaking defeats. Dangu at 14. Not gonna get this one. Well, could have been the double-double for Anas Mahmoud, but it's just not gonna be right now. Well, great run by the big fellow. Well, Dr. Dula with the dime. Just a little too much on that. Forgets. Interesting, Titus Odeki had time for the three-pointer. Savannah's got 9. That's gonna be an offensive foul, moving screen against Robinson-Apong. Well, no double-double tonight here for Anas Mahmoud. 9 points, 11 rebounds. So he too will go to the bench. Patrick Gardner will come in for the final 2 minutes 51. Just Gardner only with those 3 points so far this evening. Egypt, of course, keep on going. Ndogawa will score yet again. Second field goal for him. He now moves up to 5. Extends it to a 35-point Egyptian lead. Sabanda, a lot of contact. So he draws a foul against Ahmed Rehan. Well, they called this one on the ground. That's interesting. So I guess it's going to be a sideline possession for Uganda. 2:30 left here in the 4th quarter. It's Uganda, like Egypt and Angola and Mali, they'll have 3 final games here in round 1. Blocking foul call. That's going to be the 4th and final team foul against Egypt. A lot of contact there. So Egypt, like Uganda, don't have any more fouls to give. Unfortunately, at this stage, it's all going to be a consolation. There is Zahab Amin, the leading scorer this evening for the Egyptians, and leading scorer in this game. Dangu of Uganda right behind him with 14. Savannah got it by Rehan. Crosses over. Goes in the lane, and he missed the wide open look. Well, there was some contest there, but tough one for Savannah. 14-second chance points this evening for the Egyptian. Gardner's got 3 points. Ndogawa tips this one out. Ahmed Rehan goes baseline, but turns it over. And now here comes Savannah. Coast to coast, he throws it down. 3rd player tonight for Uganda in double figures. He's actually 1 rebound away from a double-double. He has 9 boards, Nike Sabanda. Knocked downtown. He's not short of confidence. Medwale buries it. And now he is Egypt's leading scorer tonight with 16. Fayed Bali thought about it. Titus Odeki goes to Dangu. Dangu unable to connect. Ndogawa coming up with the board. Foul is going to be called on the ground against Robinson-Apong. So it's going to be free throws coming up here for the Egyptians. Well, Ahmed Rehan, hasn't scored yet this evening as he makes this free throw. This will do Egypt a lot of confidence going into the 3rd and final window at the end of June. They've missed 7 free throws as a team this evening, 14 out of 21. I'll get this one. Uganda with the board. Gardner was wide open. Man denies the screen, finds out Uganda with a two-handed rim rocker. And Shukran, he says. Simple pick and roll basketball. And if there's anyone who's worked harder tonight, it's Khalid Abdul-Gawad. That's a big play indeed. Now we are under a minute to go. 37-point lead to the Pharaohs. Titan Sodeki knocks one down because he hit 2 threes against Mali the other night. Patrick Gardner goes for a deep one and finally gets his three to go. Well, knock it down. 39-point lead to the Egyptians. Huge performance tonight here from the Pharaohs. A big response after those 2 opening defeats against both Mali and Angola. Dangu goes baseline. Comes up with his own board. Gardner prevents it. Shot clock has been turned off. The Egyptians want to keep scoring, but they throw this one away. Here's Munaba. Munaba unable to get this one. Now do the Egyptians want to hold this? A 39-point lead is big. Well, they're going to show the respect to their opponents. Well, fans, a big win for the Pharaohs. Egypt wins 91-52 as they pick up their first victory in the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. What a window it's been here in Alexandria, Egypt. Many would say the group of death, the 2 finalists of the FIBA AfroBasket, Mali and Angola, one of the best teams in Egypt, and a very good team in Uganda. But Uganda, unfortunately, will not pick up a victory here in the first window for this Group D. Egypt 9 out of 24 from the three-point line, 38%, but 25 field goals from inside the rainbow. Knocking down 14 free throws, winning the rebound count with dominance 62-36, and having 19 more assists, but also 3 more turnovers than their opponents. Well, Medwali, his spectacular three-point shooting made him the game's leading scorer with 16. And Habamin, of course, finished with 15. Well, Amir Gendi with 12. Nike Sabanda, of course, is 1 rebound away from a double-double this evening, but Egypt can celebrate with their fans. It's their first win. The top 3 in Group D will progress on to round 2. Well, here was the take by Limboa, but again rejected by Omar Rabi. Rabi, of course, coming to play big time here in this game. This is very much a backup center at the AfroBasket. Really played some big fundamental moments for the Pharaohs and Abdel-Gawad, of course, as well. But that time, a penetration by Mohab Abdelatif. That was Anis Mahmoud with a little dream hook. And that's the Egyptian dream. This team, Abdel-Gawad, just showing the brute force and strength. Wouldn't be denied in the paints. Well, here was the bucket that put Nike Saban in double figures. But Medwali, with that three-pointer, made himself the game's leading scorer with 16. Knocking down the three-pointer. It's like they're going on the back door. The Egyptian fans finally can have something to celebrate about here in Alexandria. Well, we'll take a look at the standings. Mali's first ever victory against Angola in their history since 1999 when they first met puts them top of Group D. Angola now moving into second place, and with Egypt's first win, they will slide into third place. Well, fans, Uganda's winless streak puts them bottom, but there's still another window at the end of June, which will decide which teams will go to round 2. It has been fun, exciting, and exhilarating here in Alexandria, Egypt. But for now, there's more games coming tomorrow across the globe in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. As for now, here in Alexandria, Egypt, it is unfortunately that time where we must say thank you, good night, goodbye, and God bless. We'll see you soon for more games.